So I'm 2 weeks into the 10 milligram Mounjaro dose, and I really expected this to be the dose where things really kicked in. But this week, I'm just left feeling really confused. Appetite suppression hasn't gotten any better. I'm still stuck in this plateau, and weight loss is so slow it's almost non existent. And then on top of everything else, all this hormonal weirdness is going on. So let's talk about this. Welcome to Slow and Steady with Andy. I'm Andy. And this week I'll be talking about how things have been going on week 2 of being on 10 milligram Manjaro. And I'll also be taking my week 3 injection. So getting right to what's really been frustrating me this week, or really for the past several weeks, is I was really looking forward to going up to the 10 milligrams because what I've experienced so far is when I went to the 5 milligram and then to the 7.5 milligram, I experienced right away that increase in appetite suppression and the food noise relief, and even had a couple side effects come in, although I've never really had any really strong negative side effects. But the point is, I felt that change right away. And for me, when I can feel like in my body that the dose just revved up again, it like revs me up again. I start feeling re energized, and not that I haven't been committed or stayed committed to this, but I just feel like a renewed hope and a renewed fervor to, okay, work out even harder and try even harder. And I'm just, I'm not feeling any change from the where I was at with the 7.5. And that's really frustrating. And I really try to be someone who's here encouraging you guys, because if you are here and you've been watching, you're probably staying because you're also somebody who is having a slow response to this. And really, that is normal. The people that are losing weight really fast, that is not normal on this medication. However, I'm sure you can also relate to feeling like just such a disappointment when you aren't at least experiencing that small amount of weight loss every week. I feel like I've just been stuck at the same weight now for, I don't know, like 2 months. I hit somewhere around Christmas time. I hit my lowest so far since being on this medication, and that was 235 pounds, either 235 or 236. I started out this journey at 267 pounds. And I really thought by now, that was like the end of December. I really thought by now I would at least be in the 220s. And that's just not happening. I'll just pop up what I weighed in at this morning, and it was a better number than it was last week. Last week I was at 238 point something, and this week I am at 237 point something, which I am glad that I saw that number go back down. But I have been feeling like really bloated for the past few weeks. And so I really have felt like it's not that I really gained weight, but for whatever reason, something else is going on with my body. And I've just been retaining a lot of water. So when I see the 237, I guess I don't take it as a success. It's just like, okay, cool. We're getting some of this water weight back off. So maybe I will start at losing actual weight again. I felt when I woke up this morning, I just felt lighter. You know how when you're feeling bloated, you really do just feel heavier. And then when you feel that water weight coming off, there's just a lightness. I could feel it like in my belly. I just didn't have as much bloating going on, and it felt really good. But I'm still very frustrated that I haven't lost very much weight after Christmas. And I can tell you that it's not because anything has changed. I haven't started going off track. I am still maintaining eating really balanced, still maintaining, not even hitting 1600 calories a day. Once in a while, we order some pizza and have a pizza night. We will go out to a restaurant for dinner. But even when we go to a restaurant, I am very careful about what I'm ordering. If I'm getting a salad, I am looking up on the app what the calories in that salad are, because sometimes salad has more calories than like a bacon cheeseburger at a restaurant. So I'm still very much paying attention to what I'm putting into my body. I'm still remaining active. I've even added more intensive activity. And maybe because I've been doing those HIIT workouts for like a solid week now, maybe that is why I am seeing a pound weight loss. But in keeping it real with you guys, I have my down days too, where I feel like, what am I even doing this for? Is this Mounjaro even working? Should I just like give up on the idea that this medication is going to help with my weight and just accept that it's done great things for my A1C and other non-scale victories? And maybe I need to stop focusing on my weight so much. Maybe I'm adding to the stress, and that is keeping me from being able to lose the weight. I don't know. But I just wanted to share that this has really been a frustrating couple of weeks for me. I have been feeling a little bit down because I really was so excited to start the 10 milligram dose. Now, some of you have commented that you think I might not feel the changes for another couple weeks. And you said that it could take 4 weeks for the higher dose to fully set into my system. And if you've experienced that, let me know in the comments down below. How long did it take for you when you switched to higher doses to feel the increased effects of those doses? I would really love to just hear from you guys. Now, in other news this week, I woke up Monday morning to having a period. And I'm just like, what is going on? Because if you've been watching me for the past couple weeks, I am at that lovely stage of end of perimenopause, entering into menopause. And my doctor told me that come July, I would officially be in menopause if I didn't have a period, because the last period I had was like last July. And so, yeah, so I don't know what that means. Does that mean like I start all over again and wait another year? I feel like I just want to be officially in menopause. Let's get it over with. Let's do it. And now I'm back in this limbo because my body feels like it's definitely shifting out of perimenopause and into menopause. My hormones are just crazy. My emotions are just beyond wild. I feel like I'm crying all the time. I wake up in the morning, and a lot of mornings I just wake up with this incredible feeling of grief, and I'm like, where is this coming from? Girl, snap out of it. What is going on? And then it could be the middle of the day, and I can't even say it's because I see a commercial that makes me cry, because I don't watch anything that has commercials. So it's not that. I don't know. It's just crazy. And I'm sorry. I'm hoping that you are not hearing this crazy wind going on behind me. I'm sitting here almost peeking through the glass every so often, hoping that our patio furniture doesn't come flying through the window because it is wildly windy. I don't know what is going on. It was like 4 or 5 days ago, it was 70 degrees, and now it's supposed to snow, and we have windstorm. Anyways, back on track. Back on track, Andy. Focus your menopausal brain fog, insane brain to get this video done. Um, what was I talking about again? Oh, yeah, okay. So, random period and emotions and brain fog and short-term memory losses. I don't know. I don't know. Just going crazy sometimes. And I appreciate you guys who have been commenting and just sharing that you are either going through this as well or that you survived, you made it through it, and encouraging me that I will make it through it as well. Thank you guys. Sometimes I just really wonder, like, how many years of this will I be going through this? Lord help my husband as I'm going through this. He's very patient and very supportive, and he is definitely the calm to the storms that I have going on. And speaking of my husband, he started the semaglutide comp- compound 4 weeks ago. And this week, he would have been starting his first dose of the increased dose. I think it's zero point 0.5. And he is not going to be taking his dose this week because something we have noticed over the past few weeks is he has had a lot of ankle and foot swelling going on. Now, he is a truck driver, so this really isn't a new thing going on with him. He's on the road like 14 hours a day, just driving back and forth. So it's, very much not uncommon that he deals with the swelling, but we noticed it's been worse over the past few weeks. So he did see his doctor, and his doctor doesn't really think it has anything to do with the medication. He wants my husband to go get an echocardiogram as well. But just to rule it out, the doctor told him to skip the dose this week. And if nothing's really changed, then it really isn't the medication, and he feels okay with him going up to the next dose. Another side note is I was a little curious to see what his doctor was going to say. The doctor had prescribed Wegovy to him, but we went the GLP-1 compound route because for my husband to get Wegovy every month would have been like $400, and that's just the starting dose. It would have increased as the dose increased. That's why we went the GLP-1 compound route. But I thought his doctor was going to like poo poo that and be like, oh no, you have to get the, FDA approved prescription medication. But his doctor asked him what company we were going through, and right there in the office, he started Googling to see information about the company. And he also let his doctor know that his wife did her due diligence to research different companies. And so his doctor seemed fine with him continuing to be on this GLP-1 compound. So I was really glad to hear that because I feel like a lot of times we instinctively think a doctor is just going to shoot down anything that isn't coming from a direct pharmacy. So yeah, I just wanted to give you an update that he won't be taking his injection this week, and I will update you again next week to see if he's going to be able to continue being on the medication. I really hope so. I really do, because I was excited for him to go up to the next dose to really start feeling the good effects of being on a GLP-1. But crossing fingers, also saying prayers that the echocardiogram comes back fine and that the swelling is not coming from anything really serious. All right, so it's time for week 3 injection. Just going to get this set up really quick. I have my alcohol wipe right here, and I think this week I am going to go back to injecting in my arm just because really it's easier to do it with you guys on camera. And my husband wasn't super thrilled seeing me stand up on what's it called? A step stool. And I should have mentioned, you guys, the reason why me on a step stool without any assistance or anything to hold on to is terrifying to him is because I do have Meniere's disease, and that is a vestibular disorder. It's this random buildup of fluid behind my eardrums, and it makes me off balance. And I've already been through a concussion and a couple face forward falls from being off balance. So whenever he's home, if he hears me pulling out my step stool, he's like, "Nope, nope, nope, I got it. I got it." So he is very protective of me on stairways and tall things and anything that might have me falling. So, okay, let me get this set up. One, two, three. Okay. We did it. Yes, it stings. It always stings. I'm really curious to see if week 3 is going to bring any new changes. Hopefully it does, because right now I'm not feeling the difference I expected. Thank you everyone so much for being here, for taking the time to watch this video. And remember, if you've moved up a dose and have had the same experience, let me know in the comments below, because I know I'm not the only one wondering about this. And if you're on this slow and steady GLP-1 journey too, you're in the right place. Because apparently this journey likes to keep us guessing. See you next week. Bye.
A lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.